It's Thursday, February 3rd. Coming up live on The View. The hot topics are smoking. From the student suspended for calling his teacher fat on Facebook, to why a kindergartner was forbidden from bringing a plastic bag to school, and a new law that has smoke coming out of Whoopi's ears. Plus, one of our favorite funny men, Mario Cantone's going off on everything, from why you won't find him on Facebook or Twitter, how he judges the new crew on American Idol, and how he feels about his film Sex and the City 2 getting a Razzie nomination. Then, the boy who was caught on shocking video getting bullied, beat up, and hung from a fence post while onlookers did nothing is here to take you inside his hellish ordeal. All that, hot topics, and more, coming up live on The View.
Welcome to The View. As promised, I'm wearing a different hat every day this week, and here's today's choice.
That's a cute one.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
It's got a little color in it.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
And it's not as warm because it's not cashmere.
Oh,
so
it's like lacy, racy.
very lacy, racy.
Yeah.
Instead of wearing underwear that look like this, I wear this on my heavy stuff. You know. Now, so shall we begin?
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. The New York City Council just approved a ban on smoking at all parks, beaches, even in Times Square. And I have to say, I'm done with this because I feel I pay taxes here just like everybody else. And I feel that there should be a designated place, and I'm tired of being treated like some sort of damn criminal. If you're worried, really worried about the smell in the air, then give us electric buses, give us electric cars, and then I'll understand. But, you know, a little respect, because I understand everybody doesn't want to smoke. I get that. But you cannot just keep treating people like they don't matter here in the city. Yes, Barbara?
Okay, so there is also, I can understand that, and I agree with you. But then, because we were talking about it earlier, there are whole buildings that are now going to say that nobody in the building can smoke.
That exists already.
No, and not in every building.
No.
That you can't smoke in your own apartment. They're not worried about the person smoking. They're worried about the second-hand smoke.
Well, let me ask
so
you
that if you
something.
want to smoke in your own apartment,
Right.
you can.
You should
not.
You know what? Yes, go ahead, Joy.
I think that the secondhand smoke, which seeps out under the door through the ventilation systems in these buildings, should be against the law because there are babies in these buildings.
Why not close your vents? Wait.
I don't think you can.
Why? You don't think? Well, they should make your vents so you can close. Because you don't want to smell somebody cooking stink cheese downstairs either.
But then if they go downstairs and they want to smoke outside their building, not allowed to do that either.
You know what it should do? How about outlawing cigarettes? If you outlaw cigarettes, then you have a point to make.
No, Joy, but then here's the deal. If you outlaw cigarettes, then...
Outlaw alcohol as well. Because people don't hit you in the car when they're smoking. Generally, they will run your ass over when you're drunk.
If we were to outlaw cigarettes, then you have to also think, I think we're a little bit maxed out in terms of what we're policing. Then you are now policing cigarette smoke. I think it is basically known that secondhand smoke does affect those, especially if you have an already pre-existing condition like asthma or bronchial issues.
Give
but
people
I think
a place where they can smoke where non-smokers can't go.
But I think
it's just
many studies right now that say stinky cheese
anywhere
causes
that
lung
they
cancer.
decide. We have stood outside in the rain and the snow. Nobody cared if people got sick because they went down really fast because they had a 2-minute break. If they get pneumonia and end up in the hospital, can't work and go on welfare, nobody gives a damn about that.
It's so
why not just designate a spot to say, if y'all are going to smoke, go over there. But now that they're saying you can't smoke anywhere outside, I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to write the check. I'm going to do everything until you guys get rid of all the nasty smelling cars and all the other nasty stuff that's coming up out of the damn vents. I'm smoking my cigarette. I'm sick of this.
Just don't let her move into your building.
You know what? I'm very good about people who don't smoke.
The thing about putting smokers outside, though, I do agree. You do need a space, but I know some, because Jeffrey he's got asthma, and sometimes when we come from the airport, like at JFK, we'll be standing outside and people will be smoking.
Because there's no place for them to go.
Yeah,
there has to be. But you know what? If you're going to come through the doorways, people should not be smoking outside the door. They shouldn't. But there should be an area where they can. And until they designate it and give smokers a little respect, just a little.
Like a bike
that says, you know what? Yeah.
So then it has to be like on every block. There has to be one, because they're not going to go from 150th Street to 42nd Street.
You know what? If you're going to keep selling them, then you have to make these adjustments. I'm sorry, I hate them.
One more thing. If it's that bad, why do we allow advertising at all?
Money.
Or listen, why don't they stop using? Because it's good tax revenue.
Sure.
Now, if there was a smoke out, and everybody said, you know what? We're not buying cigarettes in New York City for this whole week. And see how much money disappears.
Everybody who's got a hand in the pocket of somebody else in the smoking industry, in the tobacco industry, knows that they are preying on the fact that it is an addiction. And so they are actually taking advantage of the fact that it is.
Smoke out. That's a really good. That's a really good effort right there.
Because if you
just don't put it on me or my children or in my building. I don't want it in my building.
Well, then close your vent. No, listen, all smells come out. Everything comes out under the door. Somebody smoking somebody cooking that rotten smelling food that you gotta go, what, they're doing this again?
But
it'll piss you off.
You talk about Jeffrey coming from the airport, but then you're behind a bus or behind a car, behind a truck, and all of those things you're not going to...
We need transportation.
Listen, you can help it. It's BS. It's BS, and they're handing a line of BS, and I think it's unfortunate for us all, because we're all New Yorkers. We all spend the money. We all pay the taxes. I want a little respect. Here's what I want to also tell you.
It's also other cities. It's also not just New York. The same thing.
No, but I'm here. I can say I spend money here.
Okay.
I don't spend money in Kabuka. You know. You haven't been to Kabuka, California? That's right.
It's beautiful there.
You know, a 15-year-old student, high school student, was suspended for writing on his Facebook page that his teacher was a fat ass. Along with some other very choice terms. But the suspension was lifted after the ACLU lawyer said his First Amendment rights were violated.
Here's why I have a problem with this. Number one, I think if we're going to go, and the ACLU is going to protect the First Amendment right for someone to write what they want on their Facebook page without any sort of repercussion or consequence, then you're opening the door for also, right now, teens to say whatever they want about each other online and on their Facebook.
The internet
it could bleed into the bullying arena, and I think we have to be incredibly careful.
What the internet is, this whole social media thing, the Facebook, we talked about this, the Facebook is like going to a coffee house for kids. It's like a teenage hangout spot. It's like the equivalent, like his mother said, of an internet sitting under the tree, you know, fetching about your teachers.
No, it's not when it affects a person specifically, and I think if you are verbally attacking someone specifically, and then someone else decides to join in, and then 200 people decide to join in,
well, that's where it gets dangerous. By the way, it used to be that the kids were just writing the blackboard. Right. My teacher's a fat ass.
Yeah, you could.
No, you never wrote that on a blackboard. You mean when the teacher was gone?
Yeah, when the teacher left. When the teacher left the room.
The teacher left the room, and you could write "my teacher's a fat ass" on a chalkboard.
Well, clearly you didn't go to Catholic school.
Exactly. What kind of schools did you go to? You got a public school? Believe me, the teacher would walk out and they'd say, "I hate my teacher."
I mean, it's still a violation, even though millions of people now know that he has a fat ass. It's still a violation of free speech if you try to suppress free speech, and that's the slippery slope.
And maybe it's his opinion.
But here's the deal. We also have to consider, I think, as a society, this is where I think we struggle. What is our right and what is right? And we know the difference.
Yeah,
we know that just because something is your right doesn't make it okay.
What if you write on the internet, so-and-so, which they've done in bullying, so-and-so's a slut? And it's not. Is that okay?
If it becomes a danger to the person, then I guess you violated the law.
And I wonder if it would undermine the teacher's authority if you got a bunch of kids jumping on this.
Why are teachers going on people's Facebooks anyway?
No, it wasn't the teacher that did it. It was a student that saw it and reported it. A student saw it and reported it to the principal.
Saw it. Well, there you are. Hey, listen, just by the way, I'm this Saturday, February 5th, I'm going to be performing at the NJPAC at 8 p.m. For ticket and check info. Look at our website, and feel free to have a cigarette outside. Barbara. Not inside.
And she's great on stage. If you get a chance, you should go. Yeah.
This
so
is your...
This is my little thing. Okay, doesn't this look good? Look at this.
What is it?
Look at this cupcake. Does this not look like... This is a red velvet... You're all saying, well, oh. Members of our studio audience are getting 2 delicious red velvet cupcakes. It's by Carousel Cakes, and the important thing is that a portion of all of their sales goes to the American Heart Association. Don't eat too many of these, but a little bit of it is simply great.
We'll be right back with more Hot Topics. Tomorrow night is a special you call the most important you've ever done. And let me read to you what I don't have, because I think I just put it somewhere, what Howard Kurtz has to say about it. He calls it, quote, a surprisingly moving ABC special in which Walters and those bold-faced names describe their experiences in starkly personal terms. You brought us a clip yesterday and this week, and you have more to show us.
Well, I want to tell you what it is, first of all.
Yes.
It's on at 10 p.m. Tomorrow night, 9 Central. It's called A Matter of Life and Death.
Right.
And it could save your life. And it is me, Robin Williams, David Letterman, President Clinton, Charlie Rose, Regis Philbin, discussing our own experience with heart disease and open heart surgery. And it's what women should know and what men should know. It is serious, but it is also funny.
Yes.
And my cardiologist is going to be on tomorrow to talk to everybody. But let me show you just a little bit of the clip. And do watch. It can save your life, your wife, your husband, your kids, whatever. Here's the clip. My daughter took a picture of me sitting up. I'm smiling away and reading the newspaper. I was in the hospital for about 10 days, but I wasn't in pain. I kept hearing how painful this was. It wasn't. Was I a typical patient?
You were typical in that you had some setbacks.
I didn't know I had setbacks. What were my setbacks?
You were anemic.
Really?
And reluctantly, we had to transfuse you. You had something called atrial fibrillation, which, had it persisted, would have required you to be on blood thinners. But with medications, that resolved. You don't remember.
Hey, I don't, doctor. I thought I had no problems at all.
That's one of the great things about open heart surgery, is that people don't remember their time in the hospital.
I almost thought I had a good time, although I don't want to do it again.
No.
How long was your recovery?
When you find yourself forgetting that you've had the surgery, I think the recovery is complete. And I enjoyed every minute of it, the good and the bad, because it was such a great drama, and I was the star of the drama, and nobody could really hate me because I was also the victim. So I felt like Betty Davis, which has happened before.
Without this operation, without what we've learned, if this were 25 years ago, each one of the people on this would be dead, including me.
Well, so watch it. It's on tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, ABC, 9 Central.
That's right. All right. And now, a word from our sponsor.
We love the Super Bowl Sunday here at The View, especially our executive producer, Bill Getty, who is known for his Super Bowl parties. However, his last bash would have been a total fumble if it hadn't been saved by Daisy Sour Cream. Well, let me tell you what happened. The only guests who showed up for Bill's Super Bowl party were his third-grade teacher, Mrs. Trumbull, and his Aunt Ida from Idaho. Bill seemed a bit disappointed he wasn't hanging with his usual football friends. But then Aunt Ida and Mrs. Trumbull revealed their Super Bowl snacks they had prepared. Aunt Ida made her famous homemade chili with sour cream, and Mrs. Trumbull made her ranch dip, which was smooth and creamy, and the potato skin scored a touchdown because they were topped with the tasty dollop of Daisy Sour Cream. You know, Daisy is made by a family-owned company focused on making great-tasting, 100% natural sour cream for over 4 generations. A score! And guess what? He does. Members of our studio audience are going home with Daisy Sour Cream and a year subscription to Food Network magazine.
Yeah. Oh, and we will be right back with the amazing Mario Cantone. Touchdown!
once said, if you haven't got anything nice to say about somebody, come and sit next to me. Which is why we always save a seat for my pal, Mario Cantone.
Sat on your lap, Mommy.
I haven't seen you. How have you been?
I had a kid like you, let me tell
I
you.
know, darling. How have I been? I've been in home at rehab. Yeah, that's where I've been. I'm doing rehab at home.
It's the new thing.
Yeah, it's the new thing. I am. I've been depressed. I've been
Are there hookers there with you also?
Oh, hookers, blow, big balls of blow like all over the place. And never mind. All right, so no, I've just been in bed. I've been in bed a lot. I stay in bed.
Why?
Because I'm deep in depression and down feathers. I'm like under the covers. I watch Investigation Discovery. Do you ever watch Investigation Discovery?
Yeah.
Where it's all those stories about like
The Wills.
Oh, the Wills is really with the Joan Crawford will. Christina and Christopher are getting nothing. I love that one. No, but I like. First of all, they're all. You know, it's all about people who kill their husbands and people who kill their wives and the missing people. There's all different series too. There's Disappeared, which means they're disappeared. You watch an hour and you don't know where the hell they are. I'm like, I spent an hour with you. I want to know where the hell they are.
Maybe this is why you've been depressed.
Oh, well, no, but it makes you feel better about yourself because I haven't killed my husband yet, so it's good, you know.
There's a lot of people are out there, you know, they're in because it's cold.
Oh, it's freezing.
It's the Facebooking, the tweeting.
I don't tweet.
No, you don't tweet.
I'm not tweeting. If you want to tweet, no, please. If you want to tweet, you know, buy a bird. It's ridiculous.
What are not tweeting?
What's ridiculous? I'm not tweeting. I want to watch Investigation Discovery and just get depressed and get out of bed at 2 in the afternoon. That's what I love to do.
We are missing, because your tweets would be funny. We would
No,
miss them.
please. And then this weather is brutal. I'm sick of the snow. And now New York just missed the last one. We didn't get it. Like, but they scared the hell out of us. Yeah. Like God was going to take the world and pour a mug of ice water. And it was going to glaze over, and you were going to be locked in, and you can't get out. I don't have any keys, honey. Get the blowtorch. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. And then nothing. I heard little like spits of hail on my window, and then it was fine. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. And they scared the hell out of you. I'm sick of them scaring us. So instead, I watch Investigation Discovery about people.
Okay, so Maria, I just gotta know. What do people, you know, people are saying, we talked about, you know, saying stuff on Facebook. Does anybody say anything that annoys you on Facebook?
Look, I am not interested in what you're doing every friggin' minute, all right? You know, it's ridiculous. I'll post, if I'm playing somewhere, which is once every few years, I'll put, you know, something, I'm doing this thing. But I mean, it's like, you know, today I'm baking brownies, and I don't care. You know, I hope it's in that order. Yeah, it has to be in that order. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't. You know, what are you gonna? You're sitting in bed, and what could I buy? It's just I think it's ridiculous. Hi, everybody. It's me. Today I'm taking my children for a walk, and then I'm gonna get on the covers in an hour. I don't care. I don't care.
All right, wait a minute. I want to know what else you're watching under
And then the other thing I have to say, hold on. That's right. The other thing is this. People post where they are. Like, people have gotten robbed on Facebook. It's like, I'm alone in the woods in Vermont. My husband's away. Come get me.
And I have $10,000 under the couch drawer.
I know, and the jewels are in the safe above the bed behind the picture frame. People have gotten robbed. It's ridiculous. Okay, so the other.
I want to know.
What do you want to know?
What else? Are you watching anything uplifting? Like, do you watch American Idol? American Idol.
Oh, I love American Idol. I'm loving the new American Idol.
Yes.
Because
you like the judges?
I
What
do
about
like
the
the judges. I think Steven Tyler is very good, although he does look like he's wearing the Scream mask, but I do like him.
I love him.
I do like him.
I'm a big fan. I love him.
And he's very like with the girls. He's like, oh, aren't you a little devil? Where's your pitchfork? But I like him, and I think Jennifer Lopez, every shot is, she's gorgeous. It's ridiculous. She's so stunning. And at first she felt really bad about saying no, and now she's used to it. Now she's like, no. She's getting into it. But I like American Idol. I think it's a legitimate show. I think people sell records off when they come off that show.
Yeah, the Oscars are coming up.
Wait, can I finish my? I have to finish
I
my
thought you
American
did.
Idol. No,
So
I have to tell you this. I
was
like.
going to give you a plug,
Aren't
but
you
we're
going to
not
ask?
going to get to it.
Okay, you want to give me a plug?
No, go ahead.
Because we got nominated. You
Oh,
know
so
that.
I was trying to help you.
No, I got nominated.
For what?
The entire cast of Sex and the City got nominated. Shut up! Shut up! All right, you're being asses because it was for a Razzie, okay? I call them the gay bashing Razzies. Everybody from Sex and the City too. Cher, Barbara Streisand, and Liza Minnelli. The gay bashing Razzies, okay? That's what I call them. So anyway, all right. So
American
yes,
Idol.
our American Idol. I love the singers. I think that I love Jennifer Hudson. I love Chris Daughtry. I think they're legitimate people. Fantasia was my favorite because Fantasia. Did you like Fantasia? Because she was raw. When she came out, she was like, "Summertime is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high." So are you.
We love you. Our thanks to Mario Cantone. We're going to be right back.
It is video that is as shocking as it is shameful. A 13-year-old Nadine Corey getting beat up, dragged through the streets, put in a tree, and then hung from a fence post by 7 schoolmates. And the fact that some onlookers didn't help proves that bullying is a problem that many are too afraid to deal with. Please welcome Nadine, his mother. I'm sorry. Nadine?
Yes.
Okay.
Nadine.
You don't mind if I said Nadine, right?
Yeah, Nadine.
Okay. We're all friends. Nadine, his mother, Rebecca, and his stepdad, Eric. So, let's start with you. These kids were bullying you. The school goes up to the 12th grade. Okay? You come there, you're working hard, you're a pretty good kid. What are they picking on you for, and what did they say to you?
They'll mess with me because I'm one of the smallest ones, and because when we first moved around the area, they saw that my mom was African, and they made fun of my mom a lot.
They made fun of your mom because she was an African and because she had dark skin and an accent. And what did they say to you in the beginning before they did this really awful thing?
They used to just come over and say smart things. They'll they'll call me names, and then they'll go over back to their friends and make fun about it. And the teacher will just sit there and just watch it and not say anything.
Teacher didn't do anything. So on January 11th, 7 older boys from this school attacked you, dragged you on the ground, put you on a tree. You fell off. They put you up again. What did you do? Did you scream? Did you try to fight back? What was it like?
At first, my friend had just told him to just leave me alone, but then they did it. Then they tackled him. After he tried to tell them to leave me alone, they tackled him. And then I was calling for help, and like 3 other people walked by, and none of them did anything. The first person had walked by at first and thought we were just playing. And then when it was all done, she had helped me get from off the gate, and then she had took me home.
At first you thought you were playing, and then she took you home. Rebecca, you must have just been horrified. What was this like for you?
I don't even like watching it.
You can't even watch these tapes?
I don't.
Yes, I can imagine.
When the police told you, I want to go back first, Nadine, you said it was okay for us to use that footage, and I know that's brave of you. You are a young man of incredible fortitude.
Thank you.
When you see that, what does that make you feel like?
I get angry every time I see it.
Sure, of course. And Rebecca, when you found out, because it wasn't known right away that these videos were posted on YouTube, the police ended up telling you that that's where they were. Did you have any hesitation before you watched it? And what happened the first time you're seeing this as a mom? I can't imagine that.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, the tape, I just broke down. It was something that no parents want to see. It's like,
of course not.
And my husband even rushed me to the emergency that night because I couldn't even sit there watching it.
She was real emotional. She couldn't stand up. She was out of it. It was too much.
And you, Eric, I mean, as Nadine's stepdad, that had to, as a man, you had to feel...
Yeah, I was furious.
Sure.
I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have did something.
Yeah, and it's just, and then you said, Anita, and you mentioned the woman who passed by originally came back, got you, and essentially rescued you, put you in her car, chased away the bullies, correct?
Yes.
And then she came to your door, Rebecca. So this woman, you're just having a normal day. Woman comes to your door and says, your son's been attacked, he was put in a tree, they were hanging him on a fence. What happens?
First, when she was saying that, I said, what? What? Until I saw him coming back with the car and happened walking. I said, what happened? And he said, Mommy, I got jumped. I said, by who? And he called one person name, but I recognized that person that he called because they live back of the house where we live. And, you know, as any other mother, I would just didn't know what to do. I went through the house, went through the back door.
You went to the house of one of the boys that Nathan recognized and identified, and you talked to the mom.
Yes.
What did she say?
She said, oh, I'm sorry, boy. You can press charges. I said, oh, yeah, but I just called the cop. They're on their way right now. And right within that time, the cop came. But when she told me her son was not home, when the cop came, he was home. He was in the basement. And the cop got him out and asked him questions. He said he stood there, he watched his friends did it, but he was not part of it.
And the mother had said to you, well, I can't control him either.
That's the word.
We can't do it either.
Let me, I just want to know, Nana's, how long had this been going on? How long had these
since
guys
the beginning of the year, since September.
Since last September.
This is the
No,
third
this
time
September.
this happened.
Yeah, before,
Yeah.
Did you go to the school? Did you I mean, this is not the first time. What happened when you went? Do you want to tell us what happened when you and your wife went to the school, or did you go to the school?
I did went to the school.
She went to the school.
And
I was at work at the time. I didn't find out about it till later on that evening when I got in.
What happened when you went to the school earlier to protest about this?
When I went to the school, I talked to the principal. She called me in the office. We sat down and we talked about it. And she said that the only thing we can do right now, can you keep him home tomorrow?
Keep him home.
And I said, why? She said, for his own safety, so we can see how we can talk to the boys and stop doing what they're doing, or so we can investigate and see what happened. So I said, okay. And every time she said that, I would say, okay. And then the first time, she telling me to keep him home.
Just keep him home, keep him home. Now you're going to homeschool him, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he can't even go back to school. These boys, the bigger boys who did this to you, were just arrested. What do you want to happen to them?
I want justice to happen. I want something equivalent or even more for what they did to me. I want it to happen to them.
Well, they're not going to be hung from a tree.
No, not, I'm talking about punishment.
You want them to be punished.
By law.
By law.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you?
What they
I'm
did.
sorry. I just wanted to ask you a question because you and I had a slight conversation earlier. Tell me what you want to be when you grow up.
A Marine.
A Marine. And I just want to point out your sister sitting over there. She wants to be an OBGYN. I just want to point that out.
Good future ahead of you.
You know?
I see a Marine in you.
Yeah.
I sure do.
Well, you know, we wanted you all to be here, and we're going to ask you to stay with us. But we wanted you to be here because bullying is you're not the only example. And the school does so little. Keep them home, keep them home, keep them home. And the fact that people drove by and didn't stop for you, it's such an important story, and you're very brave to come on. We want you to stay with us. We may have some surprises. We'll be right back.
With a 13-year-old caught on video getting bullied, Nate and Corey, his parents, Rebecca and Eric, and we're joined now by the chief of ABC News Law and Justice Unit, Chris Cuomo. Welcome, Chris. Can I just tell a little bit about the family? You have 4 children, Rebecca?
Yes.
You've got your daughter whom we met and your wonderful son, 4-year-old, a 1-year-old together because you're fairly new married, and you're expecting another one.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you've obviously brought up 2 wonderful kids, and we're sure the others will be as well.
Yep, thank you.
We're so thankful that you guys are here and sharing this story. Chris, I want to ask you something. The 7 boys who were arrested are between the ages of 13 and 17, correct?
Right.
Tell us what's going to happen to them, and is there any chance that they'd be tried as an adult?
To be tried as an adult, there would have had to been a weapon involved, or this would have had been a potential homicide. Anything under 21 years of age, you get treated as a juvenile. That said, this case has been taken very seriously by the authorities, by the police. There's significant charges at a hearing just yesterday. The judge said these kids will be held for at least a week for evaluation and pending these charges, so they're taking it very seriously.
But what about the school? Could parents, for example, could Rebecca and Eric sue? I mean, we hear, and this has happened in other cases. You go to the school, nothing happens. What they were told was, keep them home. How long can you keep them home? Is there anything you can do with the schools?
That's the right question, Barbara, and you can always sue, right? The question is, will you win? The real deal...
And it takes forever and a lot of money.
The real
to sue,
deal is you're going to lose. You're going to lose. And I don't say that. You know how I feel about the three of you and how brave I think you are, and I think you are a hero to me. If kids do what you do...
Why are you going to lose?
The problem's going to go. Because there's too much money. And they run scared. And the only time the school takes the situation seriously is during litigation. You see it for yourself in your own story. Twice they ask things to happen. They tell her to keep her kid home. The school superintendent comes forward and says, hey, by the way, that opportunity school where this happened, that's not the main high school. The main high school is great. So they get their PR in order. This moment is the most important moment, Barbara, because now these kids have big charges against them. Maybe they're going to be spending time in juvie, but will that school change? Will they make it so that this type of behavior is unacceptable in the school? Usually, no, and that's the shame.
Could this be the example?
That's what we want. That's why Naden is such a hero, because to come forward and say, look what happened to me. I'm not ashamed of it. I want change. These schools need it. We talk about bullying all the time. All of you will shake your head and say, I hate this. But we don't do anything about it, and that's why it keeps happening.
Are you at all afraid that any of the friends of these other kids might still do something to you?
50-50. Not really sure because we moved away from those kids, so
You've
I'm
moved
not
your
sure.
house, but you're not moving out of the state. No, you're going to stay. Nobody's going to chase. Nobody's going to chase you away from where you're allowed.
And that's the strength of his example.
It is.
That is the strength of Naden's example. That he stays.
You know, to Chris's point, a lot of 13-year-old young men would maybe not even want to talk about this. What made you want to come here? What's your message?
Maybe if other people can hear what happened, maybe somebody can step in and help. Maybe somebody can help stop it. Maybe because next time it's not just gonna be me. It's gonna be somebody else. Somebody smaller than me. Maybe the other people are gonna be bigger than them, and somebody can really get hurt.
How scared were you?
I'm really scared. I was scared for my life. I thought when they was putting me on the gate, I thought maybe it would poke my body, or cause under the gate is like it's more to it's like a little pool in there. So I thought I was gonna fall in there. I was gonna hurt my neck or something.
Naden?
And if it hadn't been on video, these kids wound up doing us the biggest favor, because out of bravado, they put it on videotape, they put it online. Had the school not seen that, maybe they would have done nothing.
Wait, how many of these
But they were
cases do we
forced
not
into
see?
action by that video. These kids wound up being the key to their own downfall.
Naden, you are an extraordinary man.
Thank
you really are. You're so brave. And, you know, not only did we think that, we did a little research, okay? Because you mean a lot to us now and forever. And we know that you're a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. And some in our audience here. And there are some guys here that also want to tell you just how brave you are. Please welcome Pro Bowl wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, center Jamal Jackson, and Godfather Hermes. They are here for you.
How you doing, man? You all good?
Yeah, you can put it right there. Come on, sit right there.
Can I get over here? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm Rodney.
I have to tell you guys that these guys changed their plans. Deshaun changed his plans. Everybody changed their plans because they wanted to make sure that they were here to be with you.
Well, first off, we're very blessed to be here, and I was just sitting back in the back room, looking at the video, man. And first and foremost, man, I want to say you're brave, because this happens every day, and people are not, brave enough to stand up and take this on, and man, bro, for real, you doing it, man. And I just want to say, man, I appreciate you, bro, for real, man. Hey, this for you right here, bro. Anytime ever you need us, I got 2 linemen right here, man. Anytime you need some help, my boy's ready to come put it down, man.
Definitely. Anything ends up happening again, you just let us know. We got you.
We got a lot of wet eyes right now.
One phone call away.
Yeah, us too. Just so you know, us too.
That's right.
That's even more power. Got some more, we got whatever you need.
So what do you think of all this?
I want to thank all y'all for what y'all did, taking time out of your lives to come see me. Just so you know, me, my favorite player on the whole Eagles team.
I don't know if they told him this or not, but we're going to hook it up so you can come to any game you want this year with your family.
Wow. This is a special time
This is
for all
a
of
special
us.
day today. Naden, gosh, you're touching the hearts of so many people right now. You guys to come here and know that they are not far, okay? We used to be in Philadelphia. They are close. You just, a little number there. Is there a message you guys want to give to kids out there who are either going through it?
I have a friend of mine that runs a program. It's called IChooseToLive.com, and they have an event, and it's for anti-bullying and anti-depression. And we would like to invite you and your family out to come check that out. It'll be a great night.
Which is great to know that there are organizations that are really wrapping their arms around this cause right now, and guys like Naden.
Stuff like that.
Thank you guys so much. We want to thank Deshaun, Jamal, and Todd, and of course Naden, our serious hero today, and his parents, Eric and Rebecca, and his sister,
yes, who also
love
looked
them
out.
all. And we will be right back. Thank you so much.
Super Bowl today. This is when we're very proud to be doing the show.
It was very touching.
Yeah, it really was.
Watching it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just know that it doesn't have to be like that. Adults out there, you can help. If you see it happening, stop. Don't just walk away.
Yeah.
Do something. You have the power. You're the adult.
And so do the schools.
And so do the schools.
Please.
Shame on y'all for not. Have a great day and take a little time to enjoy the view.